to the UK, and the Chinese businessman at the centre of the Prince Andrew spy scandal has been named as Yang Tengbo. He denies any wrongdoing, but this tragic tale of princes, spies, friendships and betrayal, well, it all kind of sounds like a fairy tale.
Once upon time was a prince caked in scandal, one that the king found it gruelling to handle, now accused of being close with a spy in the know.
Who can now be named as Yang Tengbo.
The top of the tree when it came to Prince Andrew's contacts.
But the Chinese businessman says this is all beeswax. In a statement, he claimed he's legit through and through.
The widespread description entirely untrue.
Yet Britain's declared he's persona non grata. His defence is described as a total non-starter. Now Andrew says he wouldn't hang with no spies.
Now the prince then said that he had severed his ties.
Intelligence says that Tengbo's just the starty of spying on behalf of the Communist Party.
One lawmaker has said that it was just the tip of the iceberg.
Well, Andrew's still got support from his ex-wife, Ferg. And that might be useful, for on the world stage, the PM said...
It's important to engage.
Keir Starmer's trying for a big China reset.
It was almost impossible for me to sweat.
Experts say Charles needs a display of big strength.
The king very much needs to keep Andrew at arm's length.
So could this scandal be the one to convince the royals to cut loose this non-sweating prince?
What a poet you are, Max.
I'm going to do the whole show in verse now.
But joining us now is royal commentator Victoria Arbiter to take us through all of this. Victoria, just who is this spy and just how serious is this whole thing?
Well, certainly in terms of national security, this is very serious indeed. In fact, the British Home Office considered him such a threat that they actually banned him from entering the country. So Christopher Yang, as he was known while he was in the UK, he spent the better part of 2 decades living in England. And while he was there, he was actually photographed with a huge number of high-profile individuals, including former Prime Ministers, David Cameron, Theresa May. Wow. But in November 2021, he was stopped by border police coming into the UK. They confiscated his devices, and it was the information contained on those devices that revealed his close ties to Prince Andrew. Now, of course, he's saying, I did nothing wrong. He's been appealing that ban, but it's now up to MI5 to investigate if Chinese money exchanged hands, who benefited from it, and the extent of his reach.
Why would him hanging out with Prince Andrew impact national security in the UK? Because surely Prince Andrew, it feels unlikely to me that he knows everything, all the secrets that the UK shouldn't tell anybody.
You're absolutely right, but he is also, and certainly was, a former senior working member of the royal family. So while he won't necessarily have access to, let's say, the King's red boxes that contain all those government papers that come every day, he is around people of influence, and you have to wonder if he was compromised, who else in the circle was compromised? This alleged Chinese spy had access to Buckingham Palace. He went there twice. He went to Windsor Castle. He went to St James's Palace. Prince Andrew didn't invite his own family to his 60th birthday party, but he did invite Christopher Yang. So you have to wonder the extent that really those royal circles have been infiltrated.
Well, so how annoyed would Charles be right now? Like, I know we've all got someone in our family that were like, God damn it. But, like, would Andrew... He's not coming to Christmas, surely.
He's not coming to Christmas. No, he's not. I think King Charles will be spitting feathers, and rightly so. He's coming to the end of what has been such a challenging year. On the back of 2 cancer diagnoses, 3 if you include Sarah, Duchess of York. The Queen recently had a bout of pneumonia. Prince William admitted what a challenging year it's been. The goodwill from the British public towards the royal family has been immense. Suddenly, he's about to put his slippers on, put his feet up at Sandringham for Christmas, and he's engulfed in scandal not of his own making. So I think he's going to be angry, but more than that, I think he's going to be frustrated and exasperated, because how do you solve a problem like Prince Andrew?
But don't you think the royal family are bulletproof?
No.
You don't?
You like to think that they are. Certainly.
Well, I don't know if... I mean, I don't really mind if they are or not, but it doesn't seem to me that any scandal will actually have a serious impact on it.
I think each time there's a scandal, it does chip away at that public trust in the institution of monarchy, and that's something that the late Queen took very seriously indeed. She was a bit of a soft touch when it came to Prince Andrew, but tasked with protecting the institution of monarchy, she stripped him of every privilege known to man short of breathing. She took everything away from him. She loved him, she adored him, and she included him in car rides to church, and there was a bit of a scandal when he escorted her to the memorial for Prince Philip. But she knew she had to take a firm stance, and the King is going to have to do the same.
You mentioned the health issues. It seems like every second royal has cancer at the moment, and Prince Andrew is still their biggest problem. Like that is saying something. Like, can he be rehabilitated, or should he go full-on super villain and sell Buckingham Palace to the Russians?
It would certainly give us lots to talk about, wouldn't it? I mean, this already smacks of a really bad John le Carré novel. You know, if you couldn't make it up. Prince of the British realm being manipulated by Chinese operatives. Prince Andrew just needs to go and play golf and ride his horses and hang out with his family. The problem is the Windsors are known for their longevity. The late Queen was 96 when she died. Prince Philip was 99. Her mother was 101. He's only 64. So what does he do with the rest of his life? This is a man who likes the prestige of being a royal. He likes to be around money and movers and shakers. So I think the king now has to try and find some kind of way to rein him in and keep him under control, even though he has no jurisdiction over his life.
It's absolutely fascinating. Would you please thank Victoria? That was incredible. Thank you for taking